Yo, what up, people? I guess it's about that time, you know. I've been pushing off so long, so long. I got my memory card. It was a great day today. Man, it's just so amazing. I love this feeling that Christ gives me, man. Man, it's so amazing because no matter what I'm going through, as long as you talk about God and everything he does, you just have to appreciate it. You have to. And I once again, I get stuck on YouTube, man, but I'm checking out all the cool stuff. That's all I do now is just check out the cool stuff. I'll be on Hogmog with Seven. I'll be with Kingdom Music. Right? I was off the Christian pop. Christian pop, that was some good stuff right there. Still is. I gotta go back, because that's what got me started. I hear it in church all the time, and it's just great. But right now I just heard of Mike Servin, man. And why don't you judge a book by its cover, man? Because look at this guy. You see how he looks, man, and how he presents himself, and it's just crazy. But I just see him, and that just makes me feel great, man. This guy loves God, man. He loves Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ! That's him right there, man. Oh, I love it though. I love it. Oh man, he makes me feel so good, and he makes me appreciate. I don't know how to say that, but he makes me appreciate God, man. Everything he's done for me is amazing, man. And hey, I've I get to I get to hear from a lot of people that I inspire them just because of how I feel and how I act now, and it's amazing. It makes me feel good. I think I said that in my first video, man. I'm an inspiration to a lot of people, and that's not me. It's God. It's not me at all. It's God. God working through me, and I love it, man. And I just got that feeling from Mike Servin, and really I get it from my cousin Vanessa. Shout out to her, man, because as much as she says I'm an inspiration to her, she's an inspiration to me. Whenever I got something to talk about with the Bible or anything, she's right there to talk to me, and I love you. I love you. Thank you for always being there. Thank you. But I think I got to do this testimony, man, and how God he's been talking to me, and it's amazing because man, like a couple years ago, 3 years ago, I was making some real good money, and it sounds great and all, but no, it was horrible. It was the worst thing that could have happened to me, and I'm glad it happened to me. I'm glad I made so much money. Um, it was just I made so much money. I was never really happy, and all I did was drink, smoke, and just dig myself in a hole, and I didn't feel good. I didn't inside. I did not feel good at all. I was always trying to cover it up. I always wanted more of everything, and it was not the life for anybody. Whoever has that life, is hey man, you're gonna learn, man. Money is not everything. Money comes and goes, man, but God, he's always gonna be there for you, and that's amazing right there, and I love it. 2 weeks, man, 2 weeks. I'm coming up on three though. I can't wait. Can't wait. Oh man, but it's just cool because he really makes me feel good inside. He makes me love myself. He makes me love other people because I didn't used to love other people, and I didn't want to love other people. I didn't need to love other people. It was just all about me before. I was real selfish, and I'm just happy that I'm not selfish anymore, and the way he makes me feel is the way I want other people to feel, and then now I'm getting that from other people. It's just oh man, this life is great. Life is great. If life ain't great for you, I pray for you, and just talk to God, man. Talk to him because he can save you from anything. Anything. He's that great, man. God is great. But let's get started on this, man. Let me see. About 2.5 years ago, man, I was drinking way too much. One morning, I was drunk already in the morning, and I I knew my daughter's mom was cheating on me. So with that there's no excuse, man. I shouldn't have lost my temper, but I lost my temper, took her phone from her, tried to take her phone from her, ended up breaking it, ended up threatening her, and just doing a whole bunch of dumb things. You know, my daughter was right there. It was a horrible morning, man. I ran from the cops. I had my gun on me. I said I was gonna kill myself. Said I was gonna kill my daughter's mom. It was just horrible, man. That was the worst thing right there. And I ended up running from the cops. They popped my tires on the freeway. I ended up surrendering because can't do nothing right then and there. You know, they got me. So I ended up going to jail, and they only got me for domestic violence. That's it. That's it. So me, I've done a lot of stupid stuff, stuff, and I've always gotten away with it. And with this time, I was like, I got caught, but it's just domestic violence, whatever. It's nothing. And I ended up going to see the no, not then. I didn't see the judge. I get my my bed in jail, and I didn't even get my bed because the officer, when he was assigning all the beds to everybody, it was written down on a piece of paper. And this guy's all like, you, there's about six of us. He's like, you go to this bed, you go to this bed, you, and he gets to me and he crosses my bed out and crosses it out, and he's all like, you're gonna go in this bed right here, and he puts me in another bed. And at that time, I had a really big beard, bald. I looked like a white supremacist. I looked like I just look racist, man. I looked like I didn't like black people, whatever. That's just how I looked, and that's all I used to kick it with. But whatever, I kicked it with homies too, though. Anyways, but so he puts me in with this guy, and this guy he's a black guy, gets on everybody's nerves, man, and he gets on everybody's nerves for the right reasons, man. He wants everybody to know about God, so that's why nobody wants to hear it in jail. And I get my bed, I get in there, and he's like, hey, man, I gotta tell you about God, man. God is love, man. You think you love your daughter, you think you love your mom, your grandmother, your family. You can't love anybody unless you love God first. And he's just telling me scriptures, and I'm listening to it because this jail, man. I've never been there before, and it really hits me, man. It just stays in my head. I didn't think about it right then and there, but it stayed in my head, and it's always gonna be in my head. And whatever, I go to bed, and then I go to see the judge, and then they end up telling me that they're gonna charge me with like 9 years, 4 felonies, 2 misdemeanors, and I was like, ooh, it got real. Then I got scared. Mom, bail me out, please, help me. My mom bails me out, and I was like, dude, this is God talking to me. I gotta get a Bible. I didn't have one at this time. I gotta get a Bible. I got my Bible, and then I just started reading it and started learning it, and I know he's trying to get to me, man. This it stayed in my head, and I know I gotta do this. So I'm I'm looking into the Bible while I'm going through my case, and then it gets closer and closer, and I'm just like, man, whatever. I gotta start saving up money for my rent. I gotta see what I'm gonna do about my dogs, and I start worrying about everything else, and I put the Bible away. And I'm worrying about everything else, trying to work extra hard, save some money, and I'm all like, when about a week away from my court date, I go, dude, you know what? I have to go to jail because I have to get into the Bible. I fell off of it, you know. I was feeling good when I was starting to look into it. I know he was trying to connect with me, and I just straight dropped it, and I was worrying about everything else, and I knew I had to get on it again. So I end up just being content with going to jail. And then when I go to my court case, I took a plea for 9 months with halftime, and then 2 felonies, 2 strikes, and I think that's cool, man, because I get to go into jail and I don't have to worry about anything else. All I got is my Bible, and I'm just gonna learn from it right then and there. And I'm in there for 4 months, and every week I go to church, and it feels amazing, and I am building a connection, and I really feel good. I really feel good, and is great, man. I just feel like a good person. I'm happy with myself, and because I'm doing what I wanted to do, I knew God was trying to talk to me, and me trying to connect with him in there, I was building that connection, and I felt real good, So I end up getting out of jail, and I'm good again, man. I feel really good, and I gotta get to work now. So I start working, and then next thing you know, man, I'm putting my Bible down again, and I'm worrying about everything else. I'm worrying about work, my house, and everything. I got into a relationship with a new girl, and this one's starting to go downhill too. And I put this connection together after so long that I put the connection together about is when I have when I'm in the Bible and I'm making my connection with God, everything is great. But as soon as I put that away, everything is going downhill, and it's getting bad again. So I know I got to go to church again, and I end up going to a church right around the corner from my house, right next to my work. I do that. It's really nice in there. We all pray, and then the pastor comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, I don't recognize you. Well, what brings you here?" And I'm just telling him like, "Look, man, I know God. I know I got to talk to God, man. I need that relationship with him. When I started to get it before, I was feeling great, and then I put it to the side, and then everything just gets bad whenever I think I got it on my own. God's gonna remind you, man. He knows what you need, and I just know it's getting bad, and I need that relationship with him. And he's like, "Can I pray for you?" And I was like, "Please, please do." So he says a prayer for me, and I go to work, and it was really nice. It was really nice, But the church in jail, it felt like home in there. It was really like that was my home. Church in jail that's all I had, and that's what I look forward to, and it was amazing. This place was very convenient. It wasn't so while I was in jail, Grace Baptist. And I was like, you know what, man? I need that feeling again. I need that connection. So it's 50 miles away. I don't care. I have to go because I know what I need, and I know what God's trying to do for me. So I took this card from jail. It's right here, Grace Baptist Church. That's his church right there. So I know I gotta go there. It's really far, but it doesn't matter because it's worth it. And I know this. I know this in my heart. And so Sunday morning, I get up and I start driving to Santa Clarita because I know where it is. And I put in the address for my GPS. And I'm driving and I'm not paying attention, but I put in the address right here. And when I get into Santa Clarita, I pull up at Bouquet Canyon Church, and I was like, "What? Why? Why am I here? I'm supposed to go to Grace Baptist." I was like, "Man, service is gonna start right now. I'm gonna pull in because I'm not gonna miss a service, man. I'm here. I might as well go. No excuses." I go to Grace Baptist next week, and I get out my car, walk up, and this guy greets me, and it's amazing how he greets me. He's like, "Hey, what brings you here?" Is man, I'm in the wrong place. I was like, I wasn't supposed to come here, and he laughs about it, and he's all like, "Nah, man, you're in the right place." And the way he says it, it was amazing the way he said it. And I go into service, and I see service, and it's the same thing as jail, man. That was my home right there. That's Bouquet Canyon Church. Everybody look it up, Santa Clarita. If you're ever in the neighborhood, go there, see me, please. I would love it. God would love it. Everybody would love it. It's just an amazing place. They make me feel at home, and that's exactly what I needed. And you know what? I said I'm coming back here next week. Next week I'm coming back. I'll go to Grace Baptist another time. It doesn't even matter. So I go back there again, and the same thing. I just feel so good when I'm there. I feel bad when I go, but I feel good because it's bad, man. It's really hard. Like, just knowing everything I've done before, like I know I let God down in so many ways, so many ways. He's given me so many opportunities. I've done so many dumb things, and he's always trying to give me that connection and give me that chance, and I ignored it so many times, and it's really it's really dumb of me to do that, man, because if God's talking to you, you gotta listen. You gotta listen, man. But I'm glad I did all that bad things, because the way I love him now is why I appreciate him so much. It's just he's amazing. So I keep going there, and then everything's getting good again, man. He's just blessing me left and right, whatever. I feel great, and I'm like, dude, you know what? As long as I'm coming here, I'm feeling really good. I need to get a stronger connection. I know what I need. So I end up signing up. Well, they tell me about this class. They have so many different classes there. They got Rooted, and then that's Connection with God. They got a 101 class to tell you about what the church is, 201, 301, 401. They got all these classes. And Rooted was like connecting with God, man. That's what I need. So I go outside and I look at the little sign up sheet, and they got it on a different day, and I can't be driving 50 miles, just like that. So I tell them, like, look, I really want to do this class, but I can't be driving. I live really far away. I do Sundays because I know I have to do Sundays, but I'm making up excuses at this time. I'm like, I can't come, any other day. And he's all like, all right, well, that's fine, that's fine. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But a couple weeks go by, and he tells me, hey, Adam, guess what? We got Rooted classes available on Sundays afternoon, right after first service. And I was like, what? It was like, how is this? These people are just doing all of this for me, like this is all for me. This is exactly what I needed. And I was like, man, and I'm like, why are you even thinking about this? Like, dude, this is exactly what I needed. It works out for me. I get to do first service, then I get to do my class. So I'm like, dude, sign me up, man. No excuses. Get it done, because that's exactly what I need. That's exactly what I wanted. I get my class, and ooh, the class is great. I'm doing my work, whatever, and it's hard. It's not a I signed the paper, so look at there you go, everything's good. No, it's hard for me to commit to it. It's a big commitment, and I end up going to throughout my class. I get to week 6. And that's when I my daughter was talking to my mom, and I have a I just said I'm not allowed to see my daughter for 10 years, 7 more years now. I have a restraining order because of that dumb thing that I did, with her mom, and it's all my fault. I gotta live with my consequences, and it sucks. It really sucks, but I did mess up, and I did do a lot of bad things, and I feel really bad about that, because that she should have never went through that, and nobody should go through that. Um, but my little sister had her quinceañera, and my mom was telling my daughter's mom about, hey, this is a really big thing in our family. It would mean a lot if we can have Harlow at the party, and just the heads up, Adam would be there. But if we could get your permission, I would really appreciate it. And hey, respectfully, she says, yeah, I understand it's a big thing. Yeah, you can have Harlow take pictures and everything. Just one thing is really hard for me right now. If you cannot tell Harlow that Adam's her dad, because I don't want her to come home and have the talk about, oh, who's your dad? And she just didn't want to talk. She didn't want to have that conversation, And hey, she's letting me see my daughter, and it was amazing. So we gotta respect that. We gotta respect that, man. And we just appreciated having Harlow. It's amazing. So all my little nieces and nephews are there, and everybody's calling me Uncle Adam, and Harlow's right there, and I'm spending all the time with her because I haven't seen her since I did all that stupid stuff. It was almost 2 years at this time, and I was I was just right there spending all this time, and she ends up saying like, "Who are you? Who are you?" And, well, all these kids call me. What do they call me? And, well, everybody calls you Uncle Adam, and I was like, "Well, just call me Uncle Adam. You know, I love you. That's it." And it's no big deal for me at that time. At that time, I let it slide. You know, I'm happy with that. I've seen my daughter. I don't think about how I'm lying to her. It doesn't affect me at all. Anyways, when I'm on week 6 for this class, that was in the past, but when I'm in week 6 at this class, my mom has a conversation with my daughter, and my daughter's asking my mom because she watches her every Monday, and she goes, "Hey, where's Uncle Ryan?" Because sometimes he's at my mom's house, and my mom tells him like, "Hey, you know, Uncle Ryan's at his dad's house. Uh, Sometimes he stays with his dad, sometimes he stays here. Do you have a dad? Do you know anything about your dad?" And my little daughter, 3 years old, goes, "Well, Uncle Adam is my dad, but when I asked him, he said no, and I don't know why, but right then and there, it killed me, man. It really, really hurt, and it sunk in, and man, I felt horrible, and I was having some really, really bad thoughts about just why am I even in her life? You know, I'm not doing anything good for her. I'm not. What's the point? What's the point? I can't see her for 7 years. I ain't gonna do this, man. And I'm just having some really, really bad thoughts. And that Sunday, I don't go to church service. I don't do my meeting, and I'm just like, whatever. I don't do any of my work for that whole week. And then when I missed service and everything, I was just kept digging a hole, and I was like, dude, man, this is horrible. I need God, man. I need him. I need God. That's what I need to do. And then the next week I started getting back into my work again. So I get back into my work, and I'm doing my work again. And then on that service, that Sunday after that, it was I I I heard it, man. I heard God tell me like, "Hey, you have to give your life to me, you know? If you live for me, I'm going to take care of you." That's exactly how it made me feel right then and there. I didn't hear this voice, "Adam, you have to." No, man. It was just that's what I knew in my heart. I knew I had to give my life to him right there. So after service, I went up to the pastor, Pastor Billy, and I told him, "Hey, I have to get baptized. I have to give my life to Christ right now." And he was happy, man. How can a pastor not be happy for hearing that? He goes, that's amazing, you know. Just so you know, though, there's two different types of baptisms. There's a baptism with the Holy Spirit, and then there's the water baptism. And the Holy Spirit is just you offering your life to Christ and meaning it. It's just saying a prayer and talking to God and telling him you want to live for him. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I just know I got to get baptized. I got to give my life to Christ. And he's all like, "Hey, say this prayer." And I was like, "I don't know what prayer to say, and I'm going to walk you through it. Just repeat after me." And I don't know the exact words, but it's just like, "Father, please forgive me. I know I'm a sinner. I don't deserve to go to heaven, but you gave your son, you, you let your son die on the cross to forgive me for all my sins. And I want to live for you." You know, that was the gist of the prayer, but that's exactly what I wanted. That's what I meant in my heart. I meant it, and everybody got this saying like the chains are holding them back, and once they do that, the chains break loose. And that's exactly how it was, because for me, I like to say I had this weight on my shoulders to where nobody would forgive me. My daughter's mom, she wouldn't forgive me, and she has every right to not forgive me because because I did some horrible things to her, you know. Um, Again, I'm so sorry. You should have never been through that, you know. And this is all my fault. You had to do that just so I could learn, and I appreciate you for doing that. But that's only one person. I've hurt many people, and nobody would forgive me, and I could never forgive myself. And that was my whole problem. That's why I felt bad for everything. I was just holding everything in, and I would never forgive myself. Cause why am I gonna forgive myself if nobody else is gonna forgive me? So right after I gave my life to Christ, man, it was just I felt that weight off my shoulders, and I felt forgiveness. Like really, I felt forgiveness, and it was that was amazing. That was that's the whole reason why you gotta live. And this is my second time doing the testimony, and I was really strong, but it's so powerful because it reminds me of how much I have to appreciate him, because he's done so much, and we take him for granted all the time. And that's why I really love that guy Mike, man. Mike Servin. He just, I'm happy, Jesus Christ. I'm sad, Jesus Christ. I'm anxious, Jesus Christ. And that's exactly how you should be, man. And it's just, oh, that's the least we could do for him, for everything he does, man. Because the forgiveness right there alone, man. It was just amazing to feel forgiveness, and that right there is, it was just so good. And then I'm able to go to my meetings again. I do my meeting, and I just feel good now. Now I feel good, and then I'm driving the next day, and I just feel great. And then I'm in my car, and it touches my heart again, and it says, "Man, I remember exactly what that guy says about love. You can't love your daughter until you love God first. When you love God first, you can love anybody." And that's so true, because I always knew the word love, and I love my daughter, I love my mom, I love my family, my grandmother, everybody. But that was really a word for me, and it was like so selfish of me before, because when I got a lot of love, I got four pit bulls, and when I come home, they're so happy to see me, and I love that feeling. That's why I kept them for so long, and I got two left. um but it's just that feeling. I got into these relationships because I wanted love, and these girls would love me, and I just always wanted more, and that's just how selfish I was. I would get love, and I'd want it all. And and then driving, it just touches my heart to where it's like, man, God loves me. He loves me so much. Out of all the bad things I did, he forgave me. And it's just so amazing how he can forgive anybody, you know. And it, I I can't even explain that, man. But that's true love right there. And it's crazy because I just felt overwhelmed with love. And it's that feeling. I did not want to hold it to myself, and I want everybody to experience it. And it's just like, that's true love right there. Yeah. The before it was just the word love, but true love is so good, man. You want everybody to experience it, and that's what God wants, man. He wants us to be happy, and he wants everybody to be happy. And how happy he's made me, I want other people to be happy. I want everybody to be happy. By enemies, everybody, you know? My daughter's mom, everybody. My mom, my family, my roommates, everybody. I want everybody to experience this, because this is just amazing. And that was 2 weeks ago. I'm coming up on 3 weeks, and since then it's just been blessing after blessing after blessing. And it's a whole nother way to see the earth, because you go outside, and it's just the sky's blue. I live in Southern California, so it's always blue. But we're gonna get some rain and some clouds, and that's gonna be amazing too. I'm just making the best of everything. I appreciate everything he's done for me. Just forgiveness, man. Forgiveness. He forgives everybody, no matter what you have done. He knows what you're gonna do, and he still forgives you. As long as you ask for forgiveness and mean it and try and work towards it, I want him to mold me into the person he wanted me to be. He created me to be. He knows who I'm going to be. And I'm just so happy that I get to see it now. So finally, man, it's almost 3 weeks and my class is done. I got this Sunday is my last celebration dinner, and I gotta sign up for my next class because I know I can't do this on my own. If like I'm already getting withdrawals, not having another class to go to. I don't know what to do, but I actually did sign up. 40 days with Jesus, so I gotta keep this up. I do that every day, and I look forward to doing it. It's just amazing. Like God talks to me. I'm not a saint, I gave my life to Christ and I try and do better now, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I try and do better, and it's not even I I try to because I need to. It's I try to because I want to. I want to please God, man. That's just the love. That's what it wants you to do. When you're in love with somebody, you want to please them. And I'm in love with God and I want to please him, and that's just what I want to do. I want him to mold me and make me be that person, and that's my problem right there is I want him to do it already. Like, come on, God, just do it. I know you can do it. But it's not my time, it's his time. So, whenever I make a mistake, I gotta talk to him and ask him for forgiveness. And I don't have the mouth that I want to have. I've had my vocabulary for 31 years. It's not gonna go away like that. Um, but I do want to change it, and I'm trying to change it, and that's just what I do. When I do say something bad that I didn't mean, make some funny jokes, make fun of somebody, I feel bad about it, and it's crazy because it's just words. And I don't even have to tell somebody. It's just I can say it like by myself, and I could still feel bad about it. Like I don't want anybody to feel bad, so it's just God is great, man. He just makes me be a great person. He makes me I want to be a great person for God, man. I want to live like Christ. It's amazing, man. I love it, but that's my testimony, and I knocked off 20 minutes just cuz I'm so happy right now. Look at how I'm talking. I'm talking so fast, and you're welcome because, I didn't talk off your ear that much. And so I love you all. I wish you all the best, and I just want to keep continuing this journey. And again, if anybody wants to read the Bible with me, anybody wants to talk about the Bible with me, if anybody just wants to talk, not even about the Bible, we could just talk. I would love to talk, and I would love to talk, obviously. But if you need to talk, you let me know, and I will listen for you. And I love you all. I want you all to be happy, and thank you again for making it this far. And I love you. I will see you tomorrow. Well, I won't see you, but you'll see me. All right, I love you guys. You have a great night. Take care. My testimony, yes, God is great. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Oh man, yeah. Take care. Bye.